Hi, welcome back to my channel. I am Chantel Neal from Business Finance Bootcamp, financial coach. And today we want to talk about another interesting topic. Today we'll be talking about how to bounce back from a heavy spending month. We know we're in the month of September and we've just had a lot of back to school expenses. I don't know about you, but I definitely felt the pinch and the weight of monies that was spent for the month of September buying up school supplies for my kids, uniform, footwear. It really added up. I'm not sure about you, but if you did not plan, if you were not ready for back to school in terms of setting aside some monies monthly until you reach up until it was time for you to shop, I'm sure you have gotten yourself into some trouble. All right. And the first tip I want to start off with is if you've gotten yourself into some trouble with overspending some monies you should not have spent, do not beat yourself up. We all have those days when we, overspend. We burst the budget, as I would normally say. We go over what we have, or we spend monies that we do not have, that is not in our budget. So don't beat yourself up. Consider this as a learning experience. Direct your time and energy into creating a plan that will help you to get back on track with your finances. All right. So if you've overspent during this back to school shopping time, the first tip is do not beat yourself up. All right, let this be a learning experience for you to get back on track with your expenses. The second tip I'd like to share with you is to put a pause on your spending. Why would you want to do this? Well, you're already in trouble because you overspent finances, right? Monies. And so in order for you to build back your funds, you need to put a pause on spending. Now, when I say put a pause, simply means that you will not be buying anything that is outside groceries or things that are priority that you need to purchase, medicine, groceries. You need to pay important bills, light your water, So put a pause on all extra spending in order for you to kind of recover financially. Because remember now, the monies you've overspent, it wasn't pulled from the sky. Not sure where you got it from. Maybe you borrowed it. Maybe it was, you used your credit card to purchase whatever items you purchased. These bills, you have to repay them. You have to pay them back. All right. So putting a pause on your finance will help you to get your putting a pause on your spending, will help you to build back your finances and to help you to be ready to pay back what you have borrowed. The third tip I'd like to share with you is to assess the damage. Sit down, if you have your receipts, look at your receipts, look at your bank statements if you're using your debit or your, not your debit, but your credit card. Assess your spending. Make a sit down and make a list of things you spend, how much you spend, and look at how much you owe. I'm reading from my notes here. It says, take a step back and look at what you actually spent. Organize your finances so that you know who and how much you owe. So it's very good for us to assess. When we sit down, we assess, we look over our receipts, we look over our statements, we know exactly how much we overspent. All right. The fourth tip is plan it out. Now, what will you be planning? It says once you have an idea of your debt, make a plan for how you will address it. When you fall into debt, it's a choice that you make, and so you have to make a choice to pay it back. All right. Never ever go into debt without making a plan of how you will pay off that debt. Use the funds, like for example in your travel, or maybe you've been saving up for something special, a special event, something coming up. Use some of that funds to pay towards the debt that you overspent, some of the debt that you incur, and this will help you to lower what you have to pay back. I would say use that funds to pay if you had purchased things using your credit card, because remember your credit card now, you have to pay back that money by the end of the month. If you don't, then it will incur interest, and you don't want extra money. You don't want to owe extra money on top of the monies you already owe. So plan it out, plan to address your situation, then you begin to work towards it. One of the ways you can work towards it is use funds that you have that is not your emergency fund to pay towards this debt. All right, the next thing I'd say here is to free up money. Free up money. How will I free up money when I need money? All right, let's find out how. You will need to find additional streams of income. How will I do this? Well, look around in your home. Look around in your house. How many curtains you have? Do you need all those curtains? I'm sure you don't. Look around in your kitchen. How many sets of plates do you have? Do you need all those sets of plates? No, you don't. So you sell items that you already have. People love to buy second-hand items, right? What about a skill? Do you have a skill of baking? Do you know how to do hair? Do you know how to braid? Do you know how to fix vehicles? A mechanic? Use these skills to bring in extra income. And this, bringing in extra income will help you to pay towards this debt that you incur. All right, remember now, it's not the end of the world. Even the best of best financial persons overspend and burst the budget sometimes, but you need to find a way how to repay and how to fix the situation. All right, now going back to your emergency fund. Your emergency fund should be about $1,000 or more set aside just for emergencies. You do not want to use your emergency fund to pay towards this debt, because if an emergency arises, then you will not have any monies to help you out of this emergency. So you don't want to use your emergency fund to pay a debt with. All right, look for other ways. Like, for example, bringing in other streams of income to pay off your debt. Tip number 6, look ahead. Look ahead. And when I think about looking ahead, I'm thinking about you need to make a plan. Looking ahead is making a plan. Reading from my notes here, it says, as was said in the beginning, you don't have to beat yourself up about the debt you've fallen into, right? But use this opportunity as a learning experience for you to not fall into it again. So make a plan, make a budget. A budget will help you to be prepared for big expenses, like back to school. Another big expense that's coming up is Christmas. Now we can't say, well, I won't have any Christmas because I don't have any money. You know to your heart that you will be celebrating Christmas with your family. So I suggest that you begin to put aside funds for Christmas from now, so that you do not fall into overspending. You already know the months. Every household is different. You already know the month that is a big expense month. Like, for example, your wedding anniversary month. You already know you will be planning what you'll be doing then. So you already know you need to put aside funds because you want to go eat out, you want to take a trip, you want to take a cruise, whatever it may be. So we need to live in reality. You know, when you think about financial peace and financial planning, it does not mean that your life ends. It just means now that you're spending your money more strategically, right? You are not wasting your money, but you're making a precise plan of how you are going to spend the monies that you have, right? And the final tip, as we are nearing to the end of this video, is to start to prepare for the next heavy spending month. And I just talked about that a little bit. Decide how much you will spend and begin to save begin to save for this upcoming expense. Doing this will help you to not overspend, and this is so true. All right, so I myself have tried this several times. I know there's a birthday coming up, and so for the beginning of the year, I have a plan. I know all the birthday days, all the months, and I know what I will do, how much I will spend. That's how you set out your budget from the beginning of the year. And from the beginning of the year, month by month, you put a little $20 in the envelope, $20, $20, $20, if that's what you want to put, until you reach your goal, and you reach the month. When the month comes now, your envelope already have the funds inside. You already have the funds inside, and so you only spend what is in that envelope. Do not overspend. There are times, like I said, things do happen. Maybe you find a good deal on something. It's not a part of the budget, but you decide to grab it. Nothing is wrong with that. But remember, you have to find a way of how you're going to pay back that extra money that you spend. If you took it out of travel, or you took it out of food, or you took it out of something, you have to find a way how you will bring in extra income to replace the monies that you spend. All right, so let me know in the comments if you learned anything, or if there's something that you'd like to add. Let me know. All right, so we're going to end the video here, and I'll invite you to like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's very young. I'm trying to grow it, and so I'd like for your support. All right, and I'd like for you to join the family. Join the Business and Finance Bootcamp family. You can find us on Facebook or on YouTube, and we have our email address that you can email us and be a part as well. I'll put the email address on the screen. So with that, I thank you so much for taking out the time to joining me on this discussion tonight.